Right, okay, okay. So now it's that time where you love to be a part of and also to hear what's happening around town. It's time for us to get into our word on the street.
Hello, for you.
Hi, Miss Lydia Boateng.
Wagwan.
Media Pan.
That's right.
You think you're the only Gaza person in this house?
See how it makes us happy. Okay, so word on the street. For a while, you know about modification.
Hey, tell me
that
about
was then. Now, Toke Makinwa, she's a Nigerian actress. Yes, she made a tweet saying, "Marking children with tribal marks without consent is evil."
Okay.
Yes, those Northerners. Those is it?
It's not just the Northerners who actually have tribal.
It's common
marks.
amongst them.
Yeah, but most other tribes do as well.
In Ghana.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it has to do with an African thing.
Yes. Yeah. So she made a tweet saying, "Today I saw a beautiful influencer with tribal marks, and it's made me think about the cruelty that culture brought upon us. Marking a child without his or her consent as a means of identification is evil. I know our parents didn't know any better, but damn, thank God it's abolished now. My grandma had tribal marks too."
So if I'm allowed to talk about this, it takes me back to primary school. We had some classmates who actually had tribal marks on their faces. And if I tell you how they were bullied, even I was a part of it at a point. Because it was, some are actually very deep and wide.
Yes.
There are some people who's actually get... should I say, you barely see it, they disappear with age, right?
Yeah.
But there are other people who's actually grow bigger with them as they age, it gets bigger. And some are very deep. We had some friends, some colleagues in school, and then we used to tease them.
Yeah.
We used to tease them, and I was part of those who were teasing them until one day, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there are some 3 marks on my forehead. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you see, sometimes you don't see. So there was a day, one person actually told me that, did I die she asked actually that, did I die when I was giving birth to? I was like, what do you mean? And she said, there are some 3 marks on my forehead, and her grandfather, so she's a Voltarian, right? She says her grandfather says that when a child dies at birth, they do those, like they give those 3 marks to and then they put some herbs in it to revive the child or bring the child back to life.
Okay.
And I'm like, what?
The one I know about is when I think my auntie, her kid died, a boy. So when he died, she delivered again like 9 months later or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and when the child came back, it was still a boy, and he died again.
Ooh.
Yes. So the third time,
they do things to
Yeah. So the third time, so I think the second one who died, they did a mark on him. And when she gave birth again, it was still a boy. But then when the boy came, he had that mark on him.
Yeah, so,
But he didn't die.
I was actually going to get to the fact that from what we learned in school, it was said, or we were taught that these tribal marks were sometimes given for traditional purposes and beliefs, right? Just like the story you're citing. They say that for reincarnation purposes, just so you get to know that this is your loved one that's passed and has come back to life. There are some that they also use to scare away death and all of that. I hear that, or when we were in school, we were taught actually that sometimes they give these markings to children who constantly fall ill to scare death away from it, because they feel like death doesn't like things or humans with scars and all of that. And then some other tribes also do it for identification, so that you're able to identify with your clan or your family or your tribe, But again, like I was saying, there are peoples whose are very, very, deep. And some peoples have actually taken away the beauty of their face and all of that. It's different if it's on any other part of the body. But for the face...
Some have them on their chest.
Yes.
I think like 1, 2, 3 marks, as you were saying.
Yes. Some people, like on the face, depending on how wide, but thank God, it's almost outdated now. I barely see new kids with these markings. Do you understand? I barely see new babies with these markings. But again, you see, just like she said, our parents didn't know better. But at the time, they did it out of a belief that it was good for the children, for identification purposes, to keep them alive and to scare death and all of that, you know. So it makes it good. Whatever you believe in, once it's not hurting another. But then if your child grows up, again, how do you question a baby or ask for the consent of a baby to give them a mark? You understand? These three things that I'm saying that my a colleague in school said about. I went to him and I was constantly asking, like I asked, I was crying. I'm like, Mommy, is this true? Mama, what Jamie like, are you okay? There's nothing like
this
that.
Was you laughing at somebody?
I was teasing someone. So until it was done to me, right? And sometimes that's what happens when we are bullying people or when we are making mockery of people. We don't really see the gravity of what we are doing until it happens to us or until we are in the same spot as them. And that was the last time I ever laughed at anybody with tribal marks.
So normally they say the other year when you're with them, you know, we have the Gombas and other people, like I said, based on their beliefs, they have it. Yeah. Some people have it in a way, they have the same marking. So when they meet each other in town, they're able to identify with themselves and know that we are family. I think most of the marks have a meaning.
Every mark actually has a meaning. My mom's
one is like small H. Isn't my mom or my dad like something H?
You don't know which of your parents has
because the two, both of them have have it. My dad has it's small.
Okay,
I think it's my dad. His own is like H, small one, and my mom's own is like comma.
Hey.
Yeah.
Please, she means comma. Why? That's why she's like comma. She don't play with Miss Boateng. I mean,
comma.
Comma.
Yeah.
Say the comma. We like the comma.
Comma.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I think they all have its meaning. Yeah. And she further said she knew somebody who had some on her face and her arms. I wonder what life was like when she was younger, walking around with it. Though I'm sure a lot of people around her had the same, but thank God it's cancelled now. Is it cancelled?
So I think she's speaking for Nigeria. And I'm saying, in our part of the world, in this country right now, I don't see babies with tribal marks anymore. So I think, in a way, we are losing it as well. It's becoming a thing of the past. I can't say for sure. But like I said, just like that, right? At that time, maybe it might not have been a problem because if everybody around you has it, some people would even cry. Because I think when we were in school and we were being taught, was it social studies or religious and moral education? One of them, please, whoever is watching and remembers what subject we learned this under, please comment in the comment section.
Those
it made us know that around that, it was RME, life skill.
Life skill?
Really? No. It was either religious and moral, RME, or
RME was mostly about
media.
Religious stuff. I think it's under social studies. Life skills.
Yeah, there was life skills, but not in primary school. Like we didn't do life skills in primary school. So we learned about tribal marks. I think it was when we were learning about tribes. I think it was RME, I'm sure. Either RME or social studies, one of them. But we were made to believe that some children who didn't have the markings would cry because everybody in the community had it. So they felt left out. Do you understand? So if it was a norm, you would love to, you know, if your tribe believes in it, if your family and your clan believes in it, you would love to be a part of it and to have that for identification purposes. Because if you don't have it, you feel left out. You understand? Yeah. So time has evolved and we are grateful for change.
Yes. And as some social media folks wouldn't have it, she explained that it's not about the beauty, but the lack of consent.
Right.
Yes. So that was from Toke Makinwa. Yes. And away from that, Singathon. What was it?
I don't know why Megs is laughing. Megs, you get something.
Yeah, she participated in the Singathon. Is it Guinness Book? Yeah, that was 24th December.
Yeah, it was
an interesting.
See, I went there 3 times.
Oh, you went there?
Oh yes, 3 times.
I didn't go there
because, bro, I couldn't afford to go and bowl, so that was my bowling point. I will go there and party.
But it was fun for you.
It was really fun. It was really fun. I feel it brought a lot of us together because you get there and the place was packed.
And you will see celebrities without paying.
Oh. Lead.
You see celebrities without paying.
Well, that was true. But then it shows that, you know what, we are one people, and no matter how we act on social media, we love ourselves, and we are super united. It brought us together.
Yeah, so she has announced her intention to try again, Ofoyua.
Okay.
To try the Singathon again.
I like that.
You like that? Why?
What is
Well, she lost. But I don't get the fact that she didn't come and tell us.
Wait, hold on. See. So you expect her to give up?
No, I'm not saying she should give up.
But so if she's trying again and you're saying then it means
she
that you
cited an example saying that how the presidential aspirant, they lose and come back again. So she know.
Is that not what we sit here every day and motivate people to keep trying till they make it?
So she'll come back again.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with her trying to do it again. Yes. I actually like the fact that, you see, that's the thing. So we live and we learn, right? Yeah. She's gone through this, and she clearly said that she didn't have ample time to prepare before. Yes. But now she has learned. Now she has rehearsed more, or it would rather give her more time to learn, practice, and get better at it. So and again, she has I don't know. Did she say?
No, I'm yet to read what she wrote. She said. Okay. Sorry. She says, I have been reflecting a lot, and I believe that the record attempt I took on are similar to the Black Stars participating in a World Cup or a presidential candidate running for office. I have seen presidential candidates who have not won but continue to try. So if I have attempted a world record and it was not successful, it doesn't mean I should give up. And she says, I believe that a lot has been learned. We only had 2 weeks to attempt what we did last year, December 2023. So we have several months ahead, and if we decide to try again, to prepare properly and achieve success and continue to make Ghana proud, even if we fail, let's still put Ghana on the map.
Period. I like that she didn't let this break her, and she's going to reattempt it. And I feel that now she's going to go with enough knowledge and experience. Yeah. Now she knows what she did wrong. That got her disqualified. So she'll correct her mistakes. So she'll correct her mistakes. Yeah. She'll rehearse more. She'll do better. She would adhere to the rules and regulations. That's one thing about Ghanaians. We always make excuses and say that rules and regulations are made to be broken. So we will break them and think that we can get away with it. But you are dealing with an international body. They really pay attention to these things. And so now that she knows better, I'm sure that they can do it better. And I'm sure on the second attempt, she's going to get it and make Ghana super proud.
Yes.
We are representing.
So go if we're representing.
Yeah, we are. We are going.
Our last story is it's a very tragic incident.
Tell me about it.
Which happened in Ibuakwa Asinmaso.
I don't want to cry today.
So this happened somewhere in Ashanti region where a 55-year-old woman killed her 76-year-old mom. Are you crying?
No. Or is she? But why?
Kai, let's continue.
Why?
Okay, so Efia Sapoma was the late 76-year-old woman who was attacked by her daughter, Joyce Boateng. Joyce accused her mom.
Joyce Boateng.
Hey.
Hey, Boateng for?
Joyce, you fall my hand. You fall my hand.
What was her reason?
She accused the mom of witchcraft.
She was told by a pastor?
So she says 2 pastors told her that her mom was a witch.
And they told her to kill her. No, wait, so the pastor saw that the mom was a witch. She blames her mom
for her misfortunes. So the pastors told her, like, on different occasions that her mom has she's like a witch. Not
and
like
she's
a witch.
Behind whatever she's going through.
So she took...
And they didn't pray for her to deliver her from whatever schemes. She had to take it personal.
Because I feel pastors, when the God reveals to... Is it ordain? And then reveals to what? Redeem. Okay.
Out.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe can I continue?
Sorry. But yeah, so, God reveals to redeem.
Yeah, so I was thinking something like that. You guys should pray for her rather than telling her otherwise, for her to go ahead and kill her mom.
Right.
Yes. So after the incident, She was seen heading to the cemetery with blood stains in her cloth and also bought a toxic substance from an agrochemical shop. Fortunately, a community member intervened and prevented her from consuming the poison.
So what happened is she killed her mom and wanted to commit suicide as well. So then why did you kill your mom? Because wait. Debut, hey, omo bono.
No.
Wait.
I'm watching so police custody this year.
Oh, okay, so fine.
I'm fine already.
No mob justice. That's okay. But why would you
but sometimes
kill
I believe
your
in mob
76-year-old mother?
Witchcraft.
Because a pastor said...
And she's also a mother of
3 girls are here. She shouldn't worry. She'll go to jail and probably come back. And her daughters will accuse her of the same thing.
And, she doesn't have any history of mental breakdown, like issue or anything.
So she's saying... I just hope that the police can go ahead to pick up the pastors, the alleged pastors who actually, there are a lot of people walking on the streets of Accra in Ghana claiming to be men of God, and all they do is to bring up disunity amongst family, conflict here and there between lovers, loved ones, family, relatives, and all of that.
Like outcomes.
Like, why? Okay, fine. You claim you're a man of God or a woman of God, and you've seen that this woman is a witch. God has revealed to you. So clearly you can pray and bind her, or possibly pray to God to deliver this woman, and whatever it is, like, must she take it personal? Or the pastor actually... I just want to find out from her. Did the pastor tell her that
so we have to, listen to her side of this, but I don't think there's any other side of it. Oh my man, so if they tell you you see, you have to be reasonable. 55-year-old.
I can only imagine.
So if your daughter also comes to you with the same thing,
don't worry. You know how
are you going to advise her?
You believe in the law of karma, right? It will definitely come back to her. And she has 3 daughters.
3 daughters. So they all do it well.
So that's what I'm saying. She'll go to jail. And probably when she's at her lowest, that's when a child of hers will visit her in jail. Or probably they will not even visit her. And their excuse will be that, you're beautiful. Into Yemba. And you see how that will kill you. Right now, I'm only imagining this 76-year-old woman in the room and having her daughter approach her with a knife or a cutlass or whatever. The fear, the disappointment, the hurt.
Seeing death right in your eyes.
And from none other than your daughter. Haba.
You remember the Nigerian incident too? Come again. The pastor.
That's what I'm saying. The police should pick them up as well.
It's too much.
And you know how they say... you see, they will tell you that we can't ascertain or we don't deal in spiritual stuff, right? But I love Dampare for this, because this man will tell you that don't prophesy. We don't care about what you're seeing in the spiritual, because whatever you're going to tell us is going to cause physical harm or damage. So keep it to your... When he came out and he said these... How many of these prophets came out to prophesy in about 2-3 years? And December, the prophecies we get. Especially now that we are approaching election year, bro. So that same law should apply here. The pastor should actually tell us. And you'll be surprised that these supposed pastors to come and say that we didn't say that to her. Or we didn't even... You see...
Ask her to go and kill her mom.
Bro.
And overall, this mostly happens amongst the women. A man and them, me so for say.
What's all
No. I'm not saying that. Don't believe everything your pastor tells you.
That's but actually
sometimes,
true. Like sometimes use your
even
head.
Me so for say.
Even if it's true that this woman is a witch, there's a way you can deal with
it without go about things, without killing her.
But if you want to confront her. If you can't confront her, avoid her and keep praying. God is the rewarder of all men. So if you're praying and this is actually true, he will do what he has to do. You don't take it into your own hands. Now you kill your mom and you want to take your own life. Have you thought about your children? She's 55, right? 55. So I'm sure she has grandchildren as well. Definitely. Have you thought of your kids? Have you thought of your kids' kids? So what kind of...
what crossed their mind?
And then
because he says her mom is the reason why the family is suffering. Hey, dear, for you are.
The people will kill for this life inside.
Seriously, for you, I know. But it's all good. May her soul rest in peace.
Lack of knowledge, my people.
If you are Sapoma, may your soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Yeah.
I see. Everything the Bible says is true. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. It's actually true. Because how can you tell me the story?
And it do for me so.
Share. I'll leave them for Kum Chacha. Kum Chacha would have a very nice reply for this this pastor and the woman.
Oh yeah.
Perfect Kum Chacha.
So 2,000.
Oh yo. But this is really sad to know that the people that we sacrifice our lives for.
Yeah.
Because considering the age difference, that means the mother gave birth at age 21.
Yeah, because she's 76. Yeah.
And the daughter is 55. So from age 21, you brought this child up, maybe alone,
Suffered,
maybe with the help of loved ones and all. I'm not saying that it could not be true that the woman may or may not be a witch, but what is the proof? And even if there's proof, must you take her life? So will that bring back everything that you claim to have lost, or you think she may have taken from you?
So Joyce, it do matter there.
Charlie,
she not getting more that.
It's sad. And you know the same story has happened in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
The young lady who is 45 also bent her 86-year-old mother in the room because her pastor had told her that she was a witch.
What's happening?
Masa, obayibiana.
That thought wouldn't cross my mind.
See, I know how times are.
So sometimes I want to understand her. That's Joyce.
That's what I'm saying. Times are hard and there's frustration everywhere. But it doesn't mean that you do things like this. How about you just move out of the house if you think it's that bad and you can't stand seeing her? How about that? Or even calling a family meeting to say that this is what I've been told. No, like I'm just saying anything to avoid you taking the law into your hands to kill her. Charlie makes
verse too much. I would say. She's been dealt with and she'll be dealt with.
I do hope so. And I just want to see how.
That's why I believe in mob justice.
Not always.
Oh
no. How can you say that? Did I even say not always? No, please. We don't like violence.
Sometimes some of the crimes it deserves mob justice. But
no, we can't promote violence.
We are not promoting violence.
That's why I like Black Sherry's song. Catch one boy and slap him.
But still quite a bit more violence.
But Charlie, no violence. It's just like me saying catch one boy and slap him. It doesn't mean go and catch anybody and beat him or slap him. But you're just saying some of these things. We will see a guano. Your son has son and he a leno.
Is it? Makes vex.
But no, see, we may laugh about it, but this is serious. And trust me, it's happening around though. Like people are going through this.
If you go like here in Ghana and Nigeria,
forget it. Here in this country now, do you know the number of times we hear these things? But some don't even make it to the news.
Yeah.
Some happen in the very, very rural places that we barely hear about it. Yeah. Like these things happen.
I read one. Is it? I think it's Nigeria. He killed his mom, or is it grandma, and buried her behind the house. And telling people he can't find his grandma.
Sure.
Oh my God! It's like those things of.
Yeah.
So I think they had a.
It was in Ghana.
It's in Ghana.
Yeah, right.
They found him.
Mother.
The boy was like.
Small guy, small boy. I think his grandma or his mother. He killed her. And buried her behind his house. Is that her house?
Private part.
Okay, so that was for ritual, clearly.
No, he said he wanted to give it to this people on TV.
Yeah.
The ritualists, those who promote come to me. That's what I'm saying. So I think all these things should be banned. It should be banned. We have young boys going for rituals because they see it on TV at 12 a.m. They see priests on TV claiming that call me and I'll make you rich and all of. Why do we even have these people having
too much
channels in the first place? Why do we give them airtime in the first place? That's a conversation for another day, clearly. But please, if you're listening and you think that any member of your family, there was a time that I thought same. I was like, my mother was like, oh, you okay? But you see, that's what happens when you feel so pained and you feel that you can actually pinpoint who you think is behind your woes. That's how you can get. But it's up to you to use wisdom in this case. This woman is 55. She's old. She should have known better. Unless, of course, she was shafted by these priests. Yeah. Maybe they shafted them.
It's something also happening. Some
people say that they make you do things and then later you realize what you've done and you don't even know what came over you.
I think an anonymous message. The lady said she schools in Legon or something.
Okay.
She said she met a pastor. The pastor told her that we need who vision and obey the exams in like all those things. So she had a laptop. So the guy asked her to come and meet her. I won't find a laptop in the Bibiambra. So the guy drove her to the beach
to go and cleanse her.
He did all sorts of things to this lady. He asked this lady to send him money, all the money on her phone, took her laptop.
Clearly, he shafted her.
You see?
So those things are happening as well. We just see. It's just God's grace. It could happen to anybody. I just feel sorry for this family. And like you said, may the old woman's soul rest in peace, you know. How I wish my great grandmother was here. And then you have great grandmothers and then you're killing them. And hey, bro. Anyway, is that it for Word on the Street?
Yeah, that's what we have.
Thank you very much, Miss Boateng. But please be wary of the Boatengs. They are on loose.
Joyce, yeah, this one. Joyce, yeah, this one. Yeah, what?